it's Diane from Teach Pre-K, and I want to show you some of the math activities that I am going to be doing with my class for my winter unit. Hopefully you'll find some that give you some ideas of what you can do with your class. They are all available in my lesson plan. I'll leave a link to that in the description, plus a link to a free literacy center if you're interested. It's super cute and super fun. And I know your kids will love it. But I've done these activities for years. The kids really like them, and there's more than you need. So enjoy. For this activity, I use cotton balls as marshmallows. We've got mugs of hot cocoa stapled to half lunch bags. I've also used real mugs and just stuck numbers on them. I actually like this a little better. I've got these really fun little mitten tongs. I'll leave a link for those. But the object is the kids read the number and then count 1, 2, 3, 4 marshmallows in the hot cocoa. And these go up to, I believe, 10 in my winter lesson plan. Okay, this mat can be used with Play-Doh, or it can be used again with the white cotton balls, and to add fine motor you can use the mitten tongs again. The idea is to roll a die or dice, and then using your hands or to make Play-Doh balls or the mitten tongs, put that many snowballs flying through the air. So this is Roll a Snowball Fight, and this is also in my winter lesson plan. For this activity, I've got clouds numbered 1 through 10. I put holes in either the center for lower numbers or 3 spots for higher numbers. The idea is to use your math links and put a link in the hole, and then we want to put 3 snowflakes, so whatever number is on the cloud. It's pretty simple. And what I've done with the snowflakes is they're all in a circle. I've cut them out and punched a hole in both the top and the bottom. So we've got 1, now 2, and then we will add our 3rd. And these go up to 10, and it's good fine motor practice, counting, and numeral identification. So we've got our number 3 with 1, 2, 3 snowflakes. Great math activity. Another math activity I have is matching snowflake shapes with real world objects. There are, let's see, circle, square, oval, triangle, and rectangle. So just your really basic shapes. There are 3 to 4 puzzles for each shape. I printed these on cardstock and laminated them with extra thick lamination so they fit together a little better. So the idea is just to match the shape snowflake with the correct shape. You can do these for like a mini center activity, starter kind of thing. Can do these as a good shape review for a pre-K, a good shape center for your 3 and 4-year-olds, whatever you want to do. And they are self-correcting, so the kids can't do it wrong because they just won't fit. So it's really good for the kids who might be struggling with some shapes, especially if there's a teacher nearby saying, oh, look, that's a rectangle and that's a rectangle too. Things like that. So just another great math activity in my lesson plan. So I've also included a snowflake counting clip. Again, you count how many snowflakes. You've got 3 choices of numbers. Got a little fine motor work in here where you clip the correct number. So it's 1-to-1 correspondence, counting, and numeral identification. 1, 2, 3. And my kids always like this. I always go through a little thing at the beginning where I teach them to use their pinchy fingers to push on the open side of the clothespin to open up the closed side. So they take turns. When one side's closed, the other is open. Boop, boop. They like that. I also like to do a favorite winter activities graphing. And since we live in an area where there is lots of snow, I've got others. So I've got skating, sledding, skiing, making snowman, snowboarding, ice hockey, and having a snowball fight. So I'll put all those out like maybe at the bottom of my smart board, and then I write their names on a sticky note, and one at a time I have them take their sticky note and come and stick it above their favorite winter activity. So I've actually got the names of all my adorable kids in my 3-year-old class. And I love them so much. It's Christmas break and I miss them tons. So once they all have their names, making a graph, we will count and we'll see if anything has the most. So we would count this one and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on my board, I would write a 5 or do a sticky note with a 5 on it. And then 1, 2 for skiing, 1, 2 for sledding, and 1 for skating. And I'll ask the kids which has the most. And they can see this line is longer, so they'll say the snowman, making a snowman, which has the least. So I'm using this simple math language. Skating, it only has 1. Are there any that are the same or tied? Yes. Sledding and skiing, they each have 2. So we just make sure that we count all of them, we compare, we talk about most, we talk about least, and we are just learning about what everybody likes. So that's wonderful. We're counting, we're comparing numbers, we're doing a little bit of graphing. So a lot of things are being done with this one simple activity. This activity is count and find 4. So this is count and find 4 things that are 3. So there's all these little cards. There's a boy with snowballs, and this goes 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3. And this one's a 4. And we've got the same boy with snowballs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a girl with some snowflakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little penguins. 1, 2, 3. Here's the girl with the snowflakes again. 1, 2, 3. Snowman with mittens. 1, 2, 3. Little penguins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Snowman with mittens. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are mats 1 through 10, and there are these 4 different cards from 1 to 10. All right, this is a more or less or comparing sets game. So the kids will get like a little wand that has a snowman on it. It's just a popsicle stick and some tape. And there's all these little snowman faces. They have purple, green, and red hats. And the thing I do with this is it's kind of fun. I flip a card and I say what it says up here. Which snowman has less snowballs? And the trick is to kind of either count or notice which is more or less, which I think is just as important as counting. And then you use your little snowman wand and you touch which has more, which has less. The kids are really good at this in pre-K. And, less. And in preschool, they just need a little bit more help. So that's the idea with that. And there's so many cards and lots of these little guys. I think there's 4 to 6 of these included, and more cards than you can imagine. So this is a fun center, especially if you go, okay, we're going to do this as fast as we can and make it a little bit more fun. And they really like that. All they have to listen to is more or less, and they're so funny. They think, if you go more or less, they'll think the next one is going to be more, and it might be less. And so they have to listen as well as look at the quantity of snowballs or count if they need to. Another math activity that I really like to do is number tracing. This is get to the snow fort, and you go from the green to the red, but you can see these arrows. That's not exactly correct formation, but I think it's the easiest for the kids to do, and it also helps when they are learning to write S's, believe it or not, because a 5 is very much like an S, and that can be super tough for kids. So what I do is I put them in these sleeves, these little sheet protectors. So I use these over and over and over. I've got my trusty gigantic pom-pom eraser and a dry erase marker. So we'll start at the green and we'll follow these arrows around to make a 5. Then we erase. And I've seen a lot of things out there with like smaller numbers and stuff. I like to do large numbers and large letters because my 3-year-olds can do it, my 4-year-olds can do it, and having more space is just easier for the kids. After they've done this a few times, I'll take them to things that are a little bit smaller, but I really want them to get the feel of forming the numbers first before I make them go down to so small, because that requires so much fine motor skills and not all of them are there yet. So this is really good just across the board, 3 to 5, practicing numeral formation. Okay, I created these a million years ago, and these are these correct numerical order snowmen, and they go up to 12, and I have every single possibility for both missing one snowman like these, and they're all in different positions, and I also have a zillion combinations for 2 snowmen. So I'm going to show you, I've got all these little snowmen. I have got these numbers 1 through 12. They're all so cute, and I cut them completely out, but they are in rectangles, and so they're super easy to prep. This is how I did it at first. I think these, like maybe the frame has changed a little on those too, but this was just way too much prep, and luckily I have learned as I have grown. So we've got 1, I'll do this with the kids, 1, what should go there? Because we've got 3 and 4. And then they find a snowman with the number 2. And if they need coaching and some support, I always help them. Like this will be a little harder. I probably wouldn't do the numbers above 6 or 7 with my 3-year-olds yet. Maybe I'd go through 10. I don't know at this point of the year because it's January. But I like to keep it really simple. So I do the same thing. 9, 11, 12. What is missing? And some kids will know 10. And I usually do this at a table right by my number line. So I'll go to my number line on the wall and we will figure it out. Okay, so that is the one missing 1. And then I have these cards where we're missing 2. So I'd go, oh, we've got 2, 4, 2, 4. What do we start counting with when we count? We start with 1. So we'll find 1, 2. What comes after 2? 3. And we'll find our 3 snowmen and 4. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we come down to this one. It's 8, 10, Let's see. And we'll look up on our number line because this one's a little trickier. What comes after 8? 9. So we have 8, 9, 10. What comes after 10? And they'll look and they'll find, since these only go up to 12, here is 11. So like I said, I have so many combinations of these, and they really like doing it. I make it like, oh, you're not going to get this one. This one's extra tricky. And it just makes it more fun for them. It's just introducing another little element of play into the whole thing. And you've got a fun numerical order game with adorable snowmen. This is always an absolute favorite game with my kiddos. This is Spin, Graph, and Count. Colorful mittens. I do this with many things. I have this in a lot of different themes. So I've got a clear spinner just taped right here to this little board. I've gone ahead and started a little graph. The idea is you spin, and whatever the pointer points to, you just add 1 more to your graph. So the thing I love about this is I always make a big deal, like, oh my gosh, those are the same. They have a tie. Look, the yellow and black have a tie. Oh my gosh, you got another green. Now, oh, look, I think the green and the red are tied. They are the same. So I already start comparing numbers. Oh my gosh, another yellow. Holy moly, that one's getting so tall. And this just keeps them really interested and having fun, especially if they keep rolling like one of the same over and over. And like now I could say, oh my gosh, look, the black and the green are the same. Let's see if we can get another tie or if we can break the tie. Another yellow, holy moly. Yellow is going to go all the way up to the top. And they get super excited. So we play this with these Unifix cubes. So it's got a little fine motor element. We play this until, you know, I just kind of get the feeling like they're getting bored. And then we'll stop and we'll say, okay, let's count how many red. And I'll have them count 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have these how many sheets? 1, 2, dark blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow. Oh my gosh, 7. Can you believe it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green. Oh gosh, only 1 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black. Let's see. Let's look at our numbers. What do we have the least of? Well, we can see the lowest number is 1, and we've only got 1 there. And what do we have the most of? Yellow. We can see we have the most yellow. And 7 is the biggest number. And then we talk about, oh my gosh, is there any that are the same? Yeah, we can tell that the green and the black are the same. And they both have 5, etc., etc. So you just kind of go through everything. And they actually really, really enjoy this game. You just have to get your energy up and do a lot of talking and getting them excited about it as you go.